Hello and welcome back to InfiTech, your go-to channel for everything tech. Today we dive into a rather serious and timely issue, climate change. More specifically, we're going to examine the role of tech giants in combating this global crisis. Are their climate initiatives sufficient, or is there room for more? Let's delve in and explore. The impact of climate change is undeniably one of the most critical challenges we face today. Rising temperatures, unpredictable weather patterns, increasing sea levels, and declining biodiversity have prompted urgent calls for action across the globe. In this scenario, corporations, especially tech giants, with their substantial resources, influence, and global reach, are in a unique position to make a significant impact. Over the past few years, we've seen many of these companies pledging to reduce their carbon footprints and invest in renewable energy. However, the question remains, are they doing enough? Let's start with Google, a company that has been carbon neutral since 2007. In September 2020, the company announced an ambitious plan to operate entirely on carbon-free energy by 2030. To achieve this, Google plans to invest in wind, solar, and other carbon-free energy sources across its global operations. Additionally, the tech giant has pledged to invest in technologies to help its partners and organizations worldwide to make sustainable choices. While these commitments are indeed impressive, critics argue that the company's core business model, which relies heavily on data centers consuming massive amounts of electricity, continues to contribute to the climate crisis. Moving on to Apple, the company has pledged to be 100% carbon neutral across its entire business, manufacturing supply chain, and product life cycle by 2030. This means every Apple device sold will have a net zero climate impact. To achieve this, Apple is investing in renewable energy projects, developing energy-efficient products and processes, and applying innovative materials recovery technologies. The company is also advocating for stronger environmental policies around the world. However, Apple's constant drive for consumer upgrades and the resulting electronic waste have raised concerns about the actual environmental impact of its business practices. Amazon, another major player in the tech industry, launched the Climate Pledge in 2019, committing to net zero carbon emissions by 2040, 10 years ahead of the Paris Agreement's goal. The e-commerce giant is investing in renewable energy, electric delivery vehicles, and reforestation projects. Despite these initiatives, the company has faced criticism due to the high carbon footprint of its delivery and data center operations and its continued support of the oil and gas industry through its cloud computing business. Microsoft has perhaps one of the most aggressive climate strategies among tech companies. It plans to be carbon negative by 2030 and aims to remove all the carbon it has ever emitted by 2050. The company has set up a $1 billion climate innovation fund to accelerate the development of carbon reduction and removal technologies. While the plan is commendable, Microsoft's contracts with oil and gas companies, enabling them to extract fossil fuels more efficiently using artificial intelligence, have attracted criticism. These are just some of the initiatives undertaken by tech giants to combat climate change. However, while these pledges are a step in the right direction, it's crucial to understand that tackling the climate crisis requires sustained efforts and systemic changes. It's not just about offsetting carbon emissions or investing in renewable energy. Companies need to rethink their business models, supply chains, product designs, and disposal processes to minimize their environmental impact. Moreover, transparency is key. While several tech companies are making impressive climate commitments, they need to be transparent about their progress. Third-party verification of these companies' environmental claims is essential to ensure accountability. Furthermore, tech giants must leverage their influence to advocate for strong climate policies and drive systemic changes in the industry. For instance, they could set standards for energy-efficient designs, promote the right to repair to reduce electronic waste, and push for regulations to limit the use of harmful chemicals in manufacturing processes. Another area where tech giants could make a substantial difference is in developing and promoting sustainable technologies. These companies have massive research and development capabilities and could invest in creating technologies that not only limit their own environmental impact, but also help other industries become more sustainable. For instance, advancements in AI and machine learning can be harnessed to improve energy efficiency, reduce waste, and predict climate patterns, among other things. Tech companies also need to address the issue of inequality in their climate actions. As much as climate change is a global issue, its impacts are not evenly distributed. Lower-income communities and developing countries bear a disproportionate burden of the climate crisis. Therefore, it's crucial that the climate initiatives of these tech companies are inclusive and contribute to reducing, not exacerbating, this inequality. This could involve investing in green projects in developing countries, making sustainable technologies accessible and affordable to underserved communities, and ensuring that their operations do not harm vulnerable populations. The climate crisis is undoubtedly a complex issue requiring a multifaceted approach. It's not just about reducing carbon emissions, but also about adapting to the changes that are already occurring. Tech giants, with their resources and influence, have a significant role to play in this. They can invest in developing technologies that help us adapt to the changing climate, such as advanced weather forecasting systems, climate-resistant crops, and infrastructure designs that can withstand extreme weather events. At the end of the day, the question is not whether tech giants are doing enough, but rather, are they doing everything they can to combat the climate crisis? The answer to that is, unfortunately, no. While their climate initiatives are commendable, they can and should do more. The resources, influence, and innovation capabilities of these companies place them in a unique position to lead the fight against climate change. It's time they rise to the challenge and leverage their potential to its fullest to safeguard our planet for future generations. That brings us to the end of today's episode, where we scrutinize the climate initiatives of tech giants. It's evident that they have made strides in addressing climate change, but the road ahead is still long and challenging. We will continue to keep an eye on these developments and bring you the latest updates. For more insightful discussions on the intersection of technology and critical global issues, stay tuned to InfiTech. Remember, every small step we take towards sustainability counts, so let's continue to stay informed and make conscious choices. Thank you for joining us, and we look forward to seeing you in the next episode.